warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Cahyana Naprita, student ID number 1805393. My major is Economic Education, Faculty of Economic, Universitas Negeri Padang. Before that, I would like to thank to Mr. Dr. Zul Afdal MPD as a lecturer, Monetary Economics. Enjoy with video.
Did you know Indonesian inflation has been at 653.3%?
Before that, let's see the effect inflation on consumer spending and the purchasing power.
Hey, it was the tackle. I was shocked that you would be shipping
$6.
That inside. How come the price is so high? Why is the price so high?
Let's do analyze.
Well, to be honest, when our people obtain the product, we make it hard and we have a soft discount.
And then,
But why are the people buying the product so much? What's the miracle that is work? Or is there different reason they are buying the products? There is another factor. The economy is doing the great, so a lot of people have jobs and higher income. That means many people have a lot of money to spend. Consumers tend to buy more than they need when they have money. We producers are a business, and when more people buy the product, the price goes up as long as they are above the average. Consumer will buy the product at the higher price. Company also need to somehow limit the sales because our supplies are less than our set price. This economic loss comes to our fixed income, so no matter how expensive goods are, they still get them a bulk of money. That's why the public probably don't have enough money to buy the item and right now. The customer or the lady come to check out but was surprised to see a very high price for the item she wants to purchase. The cashier explained it to her that the economy was booming, therefore many people have jobs. But that also comes with inflation. When people have jobs, they have more money and therefore spend more money. Demand increases overall for goods and services. More people are buying products and they cause the price to rise. As long as the consumer can afford it, they will keep buying it. Sometimes the demand for a product is too high that the supply of that product cannot keep, causing a shortage and therefore causing price to rise. Here also explained that those people with fixed income might not handle this well because while price rise, their income does. That can make it difficult to buy the item they need. And the people with non-fixed income of the rise when price might not necessarily have trouble affording there is this time. And then what is inflation? Okay, let's see to any more explain.
What is inflation? Well, inflation is a process of increasing price in general and continuously an increase in the price of one or two goods. One cannot be called inflation unless the increase extends to other goods. And you can see in the picture, the value of currency of rupiah is increasing. What is a deflation? Deflation is a condition that shows that decline in the price of a good or service continues to decline in the relatively short period of time. A decrease in the price of goods or service has an impact on other sectors such as a decrease in the worker wages. For illustration, you can see the picture. Did you know Indonesian inflation has been at 653.3% in the old order era or before 1966? Macroeconomic management was not controlled. The production of goods was insufficient and the printing of money was not controlled, causing inflation and the shock of the rupiah. And next, the government in 1959 implemented a monetary loosening policy to overcome inflationary pressure. For example, by issuing a credit ceiling provision for each bank individually on April 8, 1959. Then on August 25, 1959, the government also carried sounding or cutting 500 rupiah and 1000 rupiah denomination to 50 rupiah and 100 rupiah respectively. A policy of freezing current and time deposit of 19% over 25,000 rupiah was also issued and changed to long-term saving. The devaluation of the rupiah exchange rate was also carried from the previous 111.4 rupiah US dollar to 545 rupiah per US dollar. Then the peak of the inflation rate occurred in 1966 when the inflation rate was 653.3%. The increase in the money supply occurred due to government action in the financial sector in August 1959 and was followed by an increase in the price of goods both in the interior and in big cities. In addition, the issue of new rupiah currency on December 13, 1965 also raised the inflation rate to its highest level. Meanwhile, from the private sector, the increase in credit extension was due to higher domestic inflation, which was reflected in the increase in price for goods and services.
Inflation theories. There are several theories about inflation put forward by economists. To find out which theory is sustainable for a country, it is necessary to determine several important aspects of the inflation process in that country. Let's look at some inflation theories below. First, quantity theory. countered by Irving Fisher, who was influenced by the increase in the money supply and according to the public polarizing price or psychological factor. Come on, check the formula below. According to this theory, if the money supply or increase, the general price level or P will also rise. This happens because of the assumption that P and T more stable. Second, Keynesian theory. This theory was put forward by John Maynard Keynes. Where inflation occurs, there are some people who want to live beyond the limits of their economic capacity. In this theory, inflation is considered as a process of grabbing a share of sustenance between social group or economic actors. One a large share that the community itself can provide. But this theory, this struggle process can be seen from the situation where the demand for goods always exceeds the number of goods available, giving rise to what is known as an inflation gap or inflation. And the last, structuralist theory. This theory is based on the factor of experience in Latin American countries, especially the economic structure of developing countries. This theory explains that the economic conditions of developing countries could can cause inflation, how the inelasticity of economic price and the elasticity of domestic food production. Inflation impact. There are several impacts of inflation on the economy and society, namely, first, the country economic growth has been hampered. Second, prices have increased so that low-income people cannot reach goods. And next, the value of the currency decreases because the goods have increased in price. And next, reducing the level of community welfare. And next, level in the real value of saving and loan.
The occurrence of inflation is caused by various factors, namely demand pull inflation. This inflation is caused by the high demand or public attractiveness of a goods or service, which is usually triggered by a flood of liquidity in the market. So that demand is high and change in the price level. This increase in demand causes the price of production factor into increase pressure on production or distribution or cost past inflation. This inflation is caused by the continuous increase in production cost in a certain period of time. Usually this type of inflation is influenced by the pressure of increasing factor cost of production, scarcity of production, and or scarcity of distribution. Mixed inflation. This inflation occurs due to an increase in supply and demand caused by an imbalance between the two. For example, when the demand for a good or service increases, then a supply of good or service decreases while the substitute or limit or non-existent. This imbalance will result in inflation. For that, here are ways to deal with inflation. First, using fiscal policy. Fiscal policy is a measure to deal with the problem of inflation by regulating government spending and revenue. You do this by saving on government spending. This method has been proven to be able to overcome inflation in a country. In addition to reducing its expenditure, the government can take other ways, namely by increasing the tax rate for households and companies. This method can reduce the level of consumption of consumers, so that the price of goods can fall. Second, using monetary policy. Monetary policy aims to maintain monetary stability so that people's welfare can be improved. The first way of monetary policy is to limit the amount of money in circulation. The central bank must make decisions and determine the availability of cash at
Implementation monetary policy in Indonesia. In the development of monetary policy in Indonesia, Bank Indonesia in realizing macroeconomic stability adopted two policy frameworks, namely the strategic framework and the operational framework. On category date 2013, the strategic framework is generally related to the attainment of the final objective of monetary policy in the form of price stability, economic growth, and expansion of employment opportunities. Meanwhile, the operational framework consists of instruments, operational objectives, and intermediate objectives that are used to achieve the final goals.
other banks. Another way is to increase the interest value so that many people are interested in saving. The next way is to use an open market operating policy, which means selling securities to reduce the amount of money circulation. A part of fiscal and monetary policy, the government can also tackle inflation by increasing production and the number of goods on the market, as well as setting maximum price for certain types of goods.
If inflation occurs, the government usually already has a plan. Take for example the Indonesian government and Bank Indonesia (RBI) already have an annual target to tackle inflation. The public can also take part in overcoming inflation. Some of the way includes not overdoing it when buying groceries or other necessities. Don't panic easily if an phenomenon occurs. For example, onion production is rising so that the price soars. Do not occupy in large quantities because of panic. If this happens, it can actually rise price higher because the demand is very less. Inflation itself cannot be forgotten, but it will happen. It can come at any time. Therefore, you can overcome inflation by controlling your finance well and understanding of economics must assess to overcome financial problems in the future.
Based on the increase in price, inflation is divided into four types, namely: first, mild inflation, increase in price below 10% in a year. Second, moderate inflation, increase in price between 10% until 30% in a year. And next, heavy inflation, increase in price between 13% until 100% in a year. And the last, hyperinflation or uncontrolled inflation, increase in price over 100.
While other developing countries experience an inflation rate of between 3 until 5% per year. In the period 2005 until 2014, Indonesia had an average annual inflation rate of 8.5% in the same period. Based on the source of the inflation is divided, inflation caused by the state budget deficit if money growth is higher than the growth in the number of goods. Before inflation caused by a country from countries experiencing inflation.
Percent in a year. Based on the amount of influence on price, inflation is divided into three, namely, first, inflation clause. Inflation clause is the price increase that occurs is only related to one or two specific of goods. Second, open inflation. And open inflation is a general increase in price for all goods. And the last, hyperinflation. The attacks of inflation are so intense that the price of goods or service keep changing and increasing all the time. As a result, people cannot hold money any longer because the value of money continues to decline.
If previously the type of inflation, then the next type of deflation is. There are two types of deflation that we need to know, namely, first, deflation cycle. The deflationary cycle is a type of deflation that occurs due to the establishment of a control price against the system of excessive consumption among the public. This excessive consumption is considered to be able to suppress product price in the market. The policies issued by the government believe not to be able to suppress excessive consumption in the community, but instead due to a decrease in price for the public consumption. One of the policies that led to this deflation was a reduction in interest rate by the government through the central bank. Low interest rates will cause the public as consumer to borrow money at the bank. Meanwhile, this will make companies compete to save money in the bank to get paid interest. In the end, what happens is the money supply will become less and less, and the price of goods will decrease. This deflation will have a negative effect, namely the stability of the country economy. Second, circulation deflation. Circulation deflation is deflation that arises as a result of unstable economic condition, which occur during an economic recession that is currently increasing and experiencing decline. Result, this deflation is caused by the imbalance between consumption and production power in the country, causing the price of goods to fall faster. This condition leads to a significant decrease in the community need for economic goods and the excessive production of similar type of goods, resulting in a drastic drop in price. Positive and negative impact of deflation. Positive impact of deflation. First, the strength of the currency.
Second, the emergence of public awareness of the importance of saving to meet future needs. And the last, consumer tend to be more frugal in their shopping. Negative impact of deflation. First, declining business income. Second, massive layoffs. And next, oil market decrease. And the last, investment and stock price will decrease.
Here are some factors that can be done to overcome deflation.
A. Implementing monetary policy. By implementing monetary policies, the central bank must make policies aimed at increasing that amount of money circulation in the community, so that it can make the economy stable again. The most common method used in monetary policy is to lower interest rates to prevent people from saving money in banks, but using it for shopping or other business purposes. And next, implementing fiscal policy. Implementing fiscal policy can also be a way to overcome deflation. This fiscal policy itself aims to increase the amount of money circulating in the community. C. Increase work rates. With an increase in worker rates, this also affects the interest in people's purchasing power so as to make the economy better and more stable. And next, there is a reduction in cost of tax. If tax costs decrease, this will make the company more active in doing business so that later it will help the community economy for the better. Decreasing corporate loan interest rate. The decrease in the company loan interest rate will make economic activity move because the company has funds, namely loans from banks that can be used produce goods and services for public consumption.
All from me. I'm sorry for any mistake. Thank you for watching. Dadah, see you next.